Little Red Riding Hood. In a quaint village, there lived a lovely little girl affectionately known as Little Red Riding Hood. She earned this moniker due to her favorite bright red hood that she wore on her journeys. Little Red Riding Hood treasured this hood so much that she never left home without it. One day, her mother informed her that her grandmother had fallen ill and was residing in a cottage located in the forest just outside the village. Her mother entrusted her with a basket of food and some medicines, reminding her to stay on the path, as the woods were filled with potential dangers. Donning her cherished red hood, Little Red Riding Hood set off on her journey, carrying the basket of provisions. She skipped merrily along the forest path, taking in the beautiful scenery. Soon enough, she crossed paths with a clever yet cunning wolf. The wolf became intensely interested in Little Red Riding Hood's destination and began to engage her in conversation. He inquired about her travels, and she openly disclosed her mission to visit her ailing grandmother, bearing food and medicine. The wolf, although harboring ulterior motives, pretended to be friendly and amiable. The wolf was intrigued by Little Red Riding Hood's purpose and asked for her grandmother's house's whereabouts. Little Red Riding Hood, in her innocence, readily shared the location of the cottage. The wolf then suggested a shortcut through the woods that would get her to her grandmother's place much faster. Grateful for the advice, Little Red Riding Hood heeded the wolf's guidance, taking the shorter path, while the wolf embarked on a different route to reach her grandmother's cottage, hoping to get there ahead of her. The wolf arrived at the grandmother's cottage swiftly. Finding the elderly lady alone inside, he decided to impersonate her, waiting by the door for Little Red Riding Hood's arrival. When Little Red Riding Hood eventually reached the cottage, she was taken aback by the strange appearance of her grandmother. Grandmother invited her inside. But Little Red Riding Hood grew puzzled by the appearance of this supposed family member. She began asking a series of questions, slowly realizing that the person before her was not her real grandmother. Little Red Riding Hood understood the perilous situation she was in, but cleverly used her questioning to reveal the wolf's true identity. She realized she had to act swiftly to save herself and her grandmother. Seizing an opportunity, she flung open the window and raised an alarm, calling for help from the people of the village. Hearing her cries, a group of huntsmen arrived to assist. They defeated the wolf, rescued Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother, ensuring their safety. Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother felt fortunate to have escaped the clutches of danger. Little Red Riding Hood had learned a valuable lesson: not to easily trust strangers, especially in the midst of a forest filled with potential dangers. This story serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us to be cautious around strangers and to remain on the safe path. It also emphasizes the virtues of wisdom and courage, which can help us overcome the challenges and perils that life may throw our way.